Hey guys, ended up doing a lot of talking about the backstory, so if you're not bothered about hearing the backstory of this bike, basically I bought it 10 years ago to do as a project with my granddad. There was just one obstacle after another that stopped me being able to get it finished with him, and basically tomorrow I'm getting it back. I'm finally going to finish the project. So if you don't want to hear the full backstory, just skip to about 10 and a half, 11 minutes in. If not, here we go. Hope you enjoy the video.
What's going on, guys? Wolfie here. Um, this video is going to be a bit different to my normal videos. I'm actually really excited about this one. So, as you can tell from the title of the video, my granddad's bike. Um, this is going to be about me getting my granddad's bike back. So, I'm going to give you guys a bit of a backstory. I don't want to get too deep into it because honestly, there's still a lot of pain around what happened, and yeah, just gonna get straight into it. So when I was about, actually, yeah, let's go right from the beginning. 10 years ago, I just turned 16, and I had about £300 after my birthday and some saving. So I got money for my birthday. I'd been saving up for a bit, and I had £300, and I was just looking around, and I just searched motorcycles, and then put the search distance within 20 miles of me, and this bike popped up on Gumtree, and I was just like, wow, I fell in love instantly. It was nothing special to anyone else. They just wanted to get rid of it, but I saw the bike and I was instantly just like, wow, look at that bike. It was, to me, it was beautiful. And my granddad had always been doing up classic cars, vintage cars. He'd always been buying them in not great condition and doing them up. And I saw this bike and I was like, right, I want to do that. And for me, this was a chance for me to finally get to do a project with my granddad. I was like, oh, this thing is amazing. It's it's exactly what I wanted. 1979, an oldish bike. It was running, but not running great. So I was just like, yes, this is my chance. I get to finally do a project with my granddad. So my father took me up. We bought the bike for £225, which is nothing. I doubt you could get a running motorcycle for that price in the UK these days. And took it home, and it sat on my dad's drive for a while. And then we eventually got it up to my granddad's because he lives about 20, 30 miles away. For Americans, Australians, people that live in big countries, that might not sound like a lot of distance, but in the UK, for a 16-year-old, 20 miles is a lot to get with a motorcycle that you're not allowed to legally ride. So we actually stuck it in the back of my dad's minivan, folded all the seats down, took it over to his, and then from then on, about once or twice a month, I'd go over to my granddad's and we'd just work on this bike. We stripped the whole bike apart. It was literally pieces. We sanded the frame down, completely resprayed the frame. We resprayed a bunch of parts. None of the bodywork, so the tank, the forks, and all the panels, that kind of stuff, we left. We left how it was because I wanted it to have that old school look to it still. But we sprayed the frame, resprayed the chain guard. Sorry, um, got a new exhaust for it. We completely tore down the engine. Now, I'd obviously been learning a lot about engines and stuff through being around my granddad growing up. This was the first time I actually took apart an engine and was seeing all the parts inside, especially a two-stroke. I understood how they worked technically, but I'd never actually been inside. The piston was all burnt up. The rings were destroyed, so we replaced the piston and the connecting rod. New rings. We polished the heads. He actually ported the exhaust for me as well. That was cool to see and learn how to do that. Um, got the engine back together, got it back on the frame, and it was at about this point that I ended up falling out with my dad. And I don't want to get into that. This is not a video to get into that kind of stuff. But basically, because of that, I wasn't able to go see my granddad anymore. Um, so the bike just sat there for a year, maybe 2 years. I can't really remember. I blocked all that stuff out of my head. So eventually, I called my granddad up and I said to him, "Look, I'm not going to be able to get to yours because of all this, and I don't want to drag you guys into it. And it's between me and my dad. But can I please come pick up the bike so I can try and finish it myself?" All it really needed doing at the time was, I think we just needed to plug all the wiring back in, and then it would basically be ready for a test run. And I got the bike back to mine and it didn't turn over. I was, what? What's going on? So we got the. I opened it up again, looked inside, and the crankshaft had actually seized up. Water must have got in there somehow while it was apart and it seized up the engine. So I called my granddad. I was like, "What we're gonna do?" and all this kind of stuff. And a few weeks later, he passed away. He was young to pass away, 60 something. He should not have passed away as soon as he did. So I just didn't have the heart to carry on without him. The whole point of me taking that bike was I wanted to fix it and then take it back to him and show him, look what I've done. I've done it. And I was broken after he was passed away. And yeah, I just try that again. So yeah, he passed away, and I was not going to be able to fix the crankshaft by myself. So I ended up taking it to a garage that does custom work on bikes, and I don't want to name them because basically they kept coming up with excuses of why they were taking so long. Everything was just not working. They couldn't get it sorted. So basically, all this bike needed now was for that crankshaft to either be replaced or fixed. So they sent it off, got it machined, fixed all the corrosion, got it running, and then it came back, and I got it, and it was lean cutting. For people that might not know, basically, if the engine's running too lean, when you open the throttle, well, for me, it was about past halfway. There was too much air getting into the engine for the petrol to burn, so it was just dying, just cutting out. And you let go of the throttle, and then it would start running again. So I sent it back to them, asked them to change the jets and all that kind of stuff. So basically, at that point, COVID hit. Now, they weren't working during COVID. They're a small company and they didn't want to, basically, they couldn't afford to be running when no one was going there to work. Basically, they could only have one person in the garage at a time who weren't working, whatever. I don't blame them for that at all. But it's basically been 10 years since I got this bike. And long story short, tomorrow they're dropping the bike off, and fingers crossed everything's going to be sorted. I've literally been staring at this picture. The last thing my grandfather ever gave me was this clock that he made with a picture of a Yamaha YB100, which is my bike, our bike. I call it my granddad's bike, even though it's me that owns it, but I call it my granddad's bike because it was my project with him. And although I didn't get to finish it with him, basically, apart from fueling, which I'm hoping is sorted now, and getting that crankshaft reworked, I've finished everything myself. So fingers crossed, tomorrow I'm gonna get it back. I'm gonna show you guys. This has already been like a 10-minute video, so fingers crossed I can get it sorted, everything will be running good. And then, even though we were originally planning to restore it, our plan once we'd got it back together was to convert it into a cafe racer. So when I get it back tomorrow, I'm gonna make sure it's running properly. If not, I'm gonna have to adjust the fueling, and once it's all running properly and everything's how it should be, I'm going to be converting it into a cafe racer like our original plans. Hopefully I can make him proud. So I'm going to end all this talking stuff, and yeah, hopefully next thing you'll see is the bike being dropped off, and then the video after that is going to be me riding it, test riding it. So if you have actually watched all this talking stuff, I really appreciate it, and if not, it's totally fine, I get it. But yeah, I'm going to leave it at that for now, guys. Appreciate it for you guys watching, and I'm just hoping I can make my granddad proud.
So today is finally the day. They're supposed to be dropping it off around 12 o'clock. It is almost 12 o'clock now. I'm just sat with my coffee and just waiting. Finally the day. Can't wait. She's finally home. Here she is. Oh, I can't explain how happy I am right now. Oh, look at it. It's not perfect. Still needs some work doing it, but it's mine. Piece of my granddad back home. The chrome's held up well on here, but you can see there's quite a lot of rusting around it. Spokes on the front wheels. That downpipe for the exhaust, I'm gonna have to get a replacement for that, definitely. But yeah, she's working. She's here, she runs. Oh, I've got to get a starter. It's running a 6-volt system. So, oh wait, that's the lock key. There you go, she works. Get that kickstart down. Compression. Oh, choke on. Hell yes. I'm happy.
Ziezo,